Coming up in this video, types of spirit guides. We're going to keep it simplified.
Yes.
Are there different types of spirit guides? If so, what kinds of spirit guides are there?
How is everyone always so quick to put things in boxes?
Oh yeah, that's how the mind works.
Yeah, so we're going to approach it from that perspective, keeping it real.
If you're new, consider subscribing, click that bell, and you'll be good to go.
As always, guys, let us know that you can see us and hear us. We don't want to be here talking to ourselves. That's what I do all the time anyway.
I'm talking to myself.
If you have
my own radio.
Yeah, if you know Nina Hagen, you know that. So if you have any questions as we go relating to this topic, drop them in the comments.
And if we don't get to your questions live, we will answer any questions on the replay.
Yes.
What is up, Gail? Thanks for joining us. And we got Nima, Alice. Yeah, thanks for joining us. And we're just going to keep moving on.
So before we get into the good stuff today, I want to talk about the age of spiritual awakening that we are all in the thick of. More and more people are searching for how to plug into that other side of their mind and spirit.
How to hack their minds, access guidance, and use their intuition. Inquiring minds want to know, how do I see behind the curtain? Because the Wizard of Oz is alive and real.
That's true. So matter of fact, there are 18,000 people searching for information just about spirit guides every single month on the Google machine.
Every single month, like every single month, all of them. And that's important because to get to some answers, you have to stop getting lost in the fantasy and start looking under the hood to see how it really works. Because deep down, we're all superheroes.
I think so. And that's what we're covering today, guys. If you are coming on watching live with us, give us a hashtag live chat.
And if you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay fam.
And let us know where you're watching from in case we want to come crash on your couch when we're traveling.
Also, if you are in Zen Ed Academy, give us a hashtag ZenHead for life.
Yes.
Okay. Share the video, you get a prize. Stay with us for the whole video, and you get a prize. You get a prize, and you get a prize, and
you get a prize.
So
plus, we are going to help you break down the 3, keeping it simple, most important types of spirit guides.
And while that's going to be entertaining, the real reason that you should stick around is because of the mind-blowing secret weapon that we're going to be sharing to take your life from basic to best, to give you the skills to live that best life, to create that great impact in the world, but only if it fits for you.
So for those of you that do not know us yet, I'm Heather.
And I'm David.
From ZenRoseGarden.
Helping people create
badass lives
by combining the science of self-growth with the magic of mysticism.
So since 2008, we have helped thousands of clients go from being overwhelmed, stressed out, and insecure to being confident and purposeful and empowered and successful in their businesses and in their life.
And if you've just found us, congratulations. You've just found the secret weapon for your badass life. I know, we're so modest.
I love David. But seriously, stick with us and we'll give you everything you need to crush those insecurities, smack down your fears, get back on track, be more successful, and be free to be you. That's the bottom line.
Yep. So Gail says, sorry you have to go, but we'll hear on the replay from Modesto, California.
Modesto.
Anyway.
What we did notice from a lot of our students from all over the world that are training to be professionals, that there was a huge gap in what they were being taught by a lot of the teachers in our niche that seemed to be doing the same thing everybody else was doing.
But we're not trying to be the next copycat cookie cutter gurus or teachers. And what we did notice
was that some people taught all those cool intuitive techniques without a foundation of self-growth to stabilize it.
And others taught self-growth without having any kind of a clue of what to do when people started opening up their intuitive skills.
And both of those groups have a ceiling that lacks integration that is really, really vital for you as a professional if you're going into this field.
And we bridge that gap. And if you stay to the end, we're going to show you how to get our best resource for leveling up your skills personally and professionally.
So I want to, before we get into it, I want to set you up a little bit with some old school. So there is a classic old movie. Raise your hands in the comments if you have seen it. You get major kudos if you've seen this movie.
Or if you know about it.
Okay, so there's a classic old movie from 1950. Now, I did not watch it in 1950 because I was not born.
I also was not alive then.
But it was called Harvey with Jimmy Stewart. So Jimmy Stewart has this imaginary spirit guide imaginary spirit guide, who is a 6-foot tall white rabbit, which, as some of you know, the white rabbit symbolizes the underworld guide for your subconscious. They use it all the time in literature, like in Alice in Wonderland and all that. So this rabbit gives him amazing guidance, which he passes on to other people, and that ends up changing their lives. And
anybody experienced that before? Guidance that you get has changed somebody's life?
So he doesn't hide the fact that he is talking to an invisible giant white rabbit. He just doesn't give a he doesn't give a crap. He doesn't give a flying rabbit poop what people think. And of course, people question his sanity. And I'm going to leave you with a question unanswered about whether the rabbit ended up being real or not. I don't want to spoil the movie. Go get your Netflix on and watch it.
So you can see the archetype of the spirit guide in countless movies, from Jiminy Cricket, Winnie the Pooh even, or Piglet. You've got Sebastian the Crab, you've got Yoda, Mushu the Dragon from Mulan.
Eddie Murphy could be my spirit guide any day. He's so funny.
Or Rafiki the Baboon Shaman from The Lion King.
So these all play on the archetype of the spirit guide, which is that source of wisdom that can be our own hidden inner wisdom,
or something mysterious and external that guides us.
So, again, imaginary rabbit, is it imaginary or not? So these guides we just mentioned all kind of symbolize one type of guide of the 3 types, which is the wise sage that makes the complex in our lives seem simple and gets you out of a state of panic, back in your play self, and back on track.
But are there different types of spirit guides? And if so, what kinds of spirit guides are there?
Again, why is everyone always so quick to put things in little boxes?
Again, this is simply how the mind works. It likes to have things nice and tidy, even though it might be a mess inside.
And we can overcomplicate, you know what I mean? So
today, we're keeping it simple.
So in just about every system, if it's a system of spirituality, a system of philosophy, system of psychology, you're going to see guides in 3 general categories, depending on what it is you need in the moment for your evolution. And those guides can splinter off.
Yep.
Right?
So we are keeping it to 3 because, number 1, we like to keep it simple, but because it goes with the basic trinity of consciousness. People may spin off into 5, 7, 12, 500, 400,000, who knows? But however many different types of guides, all these archetypes have endless endless kinds of sub-archetypes, but they all come from that 3. Thank you. Now it's time for the good stuff.
So here we go, guys. He's going to spit water any moment now.
Here we go.
Oh, dear.
Here we go. Here we go. Bo, 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 bo. One of these days I will actually beatbox. I'm just saying. I'm just warming up for it.
So if you want to know what the trinity of consciousness is, it's Father, Mother, Child. So I'm just going to give you that right there. So
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Father, Mother, Child is your basic matrix of consciousness. It's what operates within your system, corrupt or incorrupt. So we're going to talk about type number 1, which is the protector guide.
So guides tend to show up as the need arises. Think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you're worried about survival, you certainly don't need Yoda. Yoda is not beneficial when you're worried about where am I going to eat.
So you need a guide that is going to watch your 6, who has ninja skills, a black belt, or a lightsaber, right?
So this is a more masculine archetype, although it shows up as male or female. It is the protector, the warrior. This plays off of the father archetype that lies in the matrix of everyone's consciousness. So we're getting matrix today.
We're getting matrixy. So it is a guide that protects you, okay, and makes you feel safe while you are learning until the time that you realize you're strong enough to tie your own shoes and slay your own demons.
With a fork or a pitchfork or your lightsaber, whatever. Depending on what resonates with your particular brain, this might be Archangel Michael, could be Archangel Uriel.
Could be a dragon, Sekhmet,
Vishnu, Thor, Freya, Artemis, Han Solo, Trinity from the Matrix. Come on, she was a badass protector.
She would be a protector guide. So we train our students to tie their own shoes and slay their own demons because that's what we do. So
I wanted to say what is up to Chelsea, to Arn. Thanks for joining us. Gail, Christian. Christian says, how about the Shaolin temples where monks are becoming aware of their spirits?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically they're tapping into their own guides. But even there, you've got this matrix of consciousness, mother, father, and child, internal to anybody, including Shaolin monks.
Well, Shaolin Temple is cool. Our son got his 3rd degree black belt in China in the Shaolin Temple. It was a really cool experience for him. So yeah, a lot of stuff there that's cool. I have a piece of the Shaolin Temple that he brought back for me. He wasn't supposed to take it, but it was like off in like a crumbled thing. There were some rocks. He's like, I got a piece. So anyway, who wants free stuff? This is that moment where we ask you the question.
Let us know in the comments, #free stuff. We got 2 freebies, but you have to earn them because everything feels better when you earn it. You get 1 for sharing and 1 for staying. Keep watching and we'll tell you how.
So hit that like button or give us some hearts if this is making sense to you. So that's type number 1, which is the warrior protector archetype. It goes with that father archetype.
Matter of fact, do both. Hit that like button and give us some hearts.
Do it.
Because we're greedy.
So just had like a brain glitch. So Christian, I think I want to all of the archetypes can show up in one person because we are all meant to embody all of those archetypes. Mm-hmm. So Shaolin temples where monks are becoming aware that that's, our goal is to have all of those healthy and at
integrated,
play,
right.
All of them. So this is just kind of them broken down separately so you can see how they operate.
It's for the educational factor. So what's up, Carla and Mary Ellen? Thanks for joining us. Now we're moving on to the second type of spirit guide.
So the second type is the comforter, healer, or nurturer. And what this is once you are feeling safe and have had a few battles under your belt, you're ready for a guide that will help you through some emotional release and healing.
Someone that represents comfort and nurture. This is a more feminine archetype that plays off of the mother archetype, once again, that lies in the matrix of father, mother, child in everyone's consciousness.
So this is personified in the archetypes of, let's say, Mother Mary, Archangel Raphael, the Holy Spirit from the Christian Trinity would be this type of archetype.
You've also got Kuan Yin, Hathor, Parvati, Breed, even though it's like Brigid.
No one can say Breed's name, right? So Gaia, Mother Earth, the ultimate mother archetype, right? Glenda, the Good Witch, would be this type of protector or this type of guide, sorry. That makes sense?
Yes. So Christian says, by the way, Heather said in a video that the mind is meant to be neutral. Yes, the goal is neutrality, getting to that calm state in between so that you know where to go from there.
Right.
He also says mind, body, and spirit. Absolutely, that would be another trinity. So we teach our students how to nurture and heal themselves and others so they can do more in the world.
Right. So I like that you brought that up, Christian, because when our mind is neutral and we're in the moment of observation, we are more able to learn and observe reality.
Which accesses the child archetype.
Which throws, and we're not throwing a story on top of it that may or may not be accurate. So it's a curiosity. You learn more when you're curious.
So let us know how we're doing so far. Are you getting this? Is this making sense? If this is blowing your mind, share it with someone who also needs their mind blown and their mind hacked, who needs to know about this particular trinity and how these guides show up.
I think it's really important because this is how our brains work, right? And we're all the same. We're all human. So hit that like button and give us some hearts if this is making sense.
And we've got a question for you in the comments.
To poll our audience and see what you guys think.
Which guide do you need in your life right now? The protector or the nurturer?
So let us know which one of those, which is basically
protector, nurture.
Right. The badass or the person that brings you some warm tea.
Do you need some daddy or do you need some mommy? Yeah.
Okay.
Let us know in the comments.
Number three, we've already talked about, which is the wise sage, the teacher trainer archetype. And this is the one you see with, you kind of like think of as the Yoda and I'm just going to bring my stuffed Yoda in today.
Believe it or not. This third main category of guide, the wise sage, the teacher, the trainer, stems from the child archetype of the Trinity. You may have guessed this by now. It's the kid, and Yoda is definitely a kid.
Out of the mouth of babes, right? So we start off with children, we go through all this stuff, and we come all the way back, and then we're old, and then we become like kids again. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like this guide shows up in movies in a very childlike way.
Serious about what they are teaching, but the approach is very fun and playful.
So because they bring out our inner child, they get us back to being teachable, which is a term my dad always drilled into my brain. Mm-hmm. Always be teachable, always be teachable, always have that neutral mind. Resilient, they get us back to our resiliency, the resiliency of a child who falls down, gets back up. And they awaken our ability to learn, to play, and allow others to be themselves.
These teachers feel the heavy emotions because they're not bypassing, but they also laugh a lot. Look at Yoda. He's even small like a kid.
Right. So
but badass.
Small but bad, right? Because you've like already gone through all those stages, right? And now you get it. You're like, why should we be so tight? Let's have fun. Let's be playful. Right. That's what we're trying to get back to anyway.
I wanted to say, Mary Ellen says, do or do not. There is no try. Absolutely. And Cindy, thank you for joining us. It's good to have you here. Thanks, Mary Ellen, for sharing that out.
So the wise sage can be seen in guides like, Jesus, who said, by the way, you have to become like a little child to enter the kingdom of heaven, which is right here, right now, if you can just see it.
Then we've got Ganesha or Ganapati. We've got the laughing Buddha
and the regular Buddha.
Yep.
Krishna.
The Dalai Lama.
Right. He's very childlike.
Super playful.
But the wise sage.
And then we've got one of our favorites, J.P. Sears.
I consider him a wise sage because he's so playful and fun. And Rafiki from The Lion King.
Don't worry, it's in the past.
Right. He would be considered a wise sage guide. And of course, Harvey the giant 6-foot-tall rabbit. Which
we're still not going to tell you is real.
Yeah. So you got to watch the movie if you got some time when you're into classic movies and Jimmy Stewart. Go watch it. So I remember watching the movie Peaceful Warrior, which is on Dan something's book about being an injured gymnast and his journey about that, and how his wise sage guide, and he meets in a gas station, who trains him back to health, is a really hardcore. And when they're about to kind of wrap up their training, he meets him at the bar, has a whiskey and a big old stogie, and he's like, let's chill out and he's very playful and fun. And the student is going, I don't get it. He's like, hey, chill out. We were in training. Now we're in play mode. And so let's play and enjoy and be part of life. So,
and Cindy also says, levity is beautiful for the soul. 100%. Absolutely. Because if you have comedy, it's easier to digest the things that are being taught, no matter how deep. And we teach our students to feel safe enough and loved enough so that they can play more and learn more
and do
more.
Get it? Play. So
play is the key.
Become as a child. So are you more excited that you have these tips? Yep. We really wanted to just break it down in a simple way to understand for everybody, regardless of what it is that you particularly follow in your personal spiritual path, or whatever. So I hope we've cleared up some mysteries, because we like to be the spiritual.
Mary Ellen says, I missed the beginning of the broadcast, the main system behind the archetypes. We're basically talking about the original Trinity, the mother, the father, and the child archetypes. Okay. And
how they spin off into particular guides. Okay. So
Carla says, thank you for this. Owls always come to me in a dramatic appearance at certain times only, and have recently reappeared and having multiple encounters.
And that would represent like a sage.
That would be the wise Yoda.
The wise sage or the teacher archetype would be represented in the owl.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Just to let you know, Carla.
Okay, so here's a super quick, nerdy extra bonus tip that we'll talk about more in a future video, because it warrants its own talk. Adversarial energies come from the corrupt versions of these three archetypes, the protector, the nurturer, healer, and the wise sage. So adversarial energies are like
the flip side.
The flip side of it.
It's the dark side. You've got the light side and you've got the dark side.
So the work of clearing up the subconscious mind is to elevate the corrupt ones that are at play in your mind, your inner demons, to the level of the healthy, father, mother, child, because when we have a healthy father, mother, child trinity in our consciousness, we have a healthy, full life. So an example of this would be Mufasa, who represents white boys and girls, the protector archetype, and Scar, who represents the corrupt archetype. Protect, corrupt archetype. Does that make sense? So you've got the corrupt protector. Does that make sense? So you've got the opposites.
Yeah, and you need that kind of an opposition in order for growth to take place. Because if you're just in one or the other, there's nothing to fight against. There is no opposition, so there is no opportunity for growth. So the adversaries, again, the flip side of the heroes.
Right. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Let us know in the comments if that makes sense.
Laura says, hi guys, I have class to go to, but just want to drop in and say thank you for your work. It's so helpful. Looking forward to the replay. I want to say thank you guys for those of you who are just flyby dropping in.
We love it.
Thank you. Because that shows us how important it is for you to at least pop in and say hi. We absolutely love that. Thank you guys for at least showing up for a moment and watching on the replay. So, all right. So we are
on a mission
to bust
all the myths
and self-growth and spirituality. And we need your help. Yes. So share this video and click I'm part of the evolution in the description to get your bonus with a hashtag evolution.
Yes. And as always, we want to give back and we want to shout out one of our Zen heads. Thank you, V, who shared her experience with us on the Google machine. She said, Heather and David were amazing, helped me get over a hurdle that I've been carrying for a long time. Every time I have a session, it's like coming home. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you, V, so much for hitting us up.
I just love when you get feedback. I just love the people.
I do.
I love the people and their experiences. Marianne says, you guys are great. Some of this stuff you're talking about usually triggers me, but not when you say it.
Awesome.
Oh, that is awesome.
It shouldn't have to, if it's explained in the right way, that it's understandable. Right. So, and that's what we've learned along our way is that self-growth and developing your intuition should be fun for your badass life and for your professional life, should go together like sushi, Sapporo, and sake.
And that's why we've created our signature subscription membership, Zen Ed Academy, to bridge that gap.
So you could keep battling against those old, outdated programs, never gaining traction, not learning the right stuff, and spinning in circles.
Or
don't do that.
You could start hacking your mind, healing your heart, and connecting your soul so that you can live a more rich, satisfying life and do more for the world personally and professionally.
So it's time to get the secret weapon that we have for you and plug directly into all of our unique proven shortcuts, more stuff like this, our signature mind hacks and emotional ninja skills that have worked for thousands of our clients and students.
Right.
To step into their confidence, self-love, personal power, and improve their businesses and their lives.
Yep. So that they can trust themselves to live their passionate purpose and create a massive impact in the world, ripples forward into the world completely. So if this is right for you, and we're going to figure out right now whether or not this is right for you, then come hang out. Is this right for you? Are you tired of mediumship advice that is way too complicated?
People telling you that mediumship and all of this stuff is satanic.
People telling you that you're crazy.
Are you ready for mediumship training without judgment?
Mediumship training that doesn't scare the crap out of you. Training.
Live blooper reel, guys. Our mediumship training that is natural and fun because we like to bring out the child in you. We want you to play.
If that sounds good to you, then you're ready for what it is.
Zen Ed Academy is where the science of self-growth meets the magic of mysticism. It is the best collection of mind hacks, emotional healing techniques, and psychological self-growth tactics to create that lasting impact in the world while living your best life personally and professionally.
And this will work for you, even if
you're allergic to fairy dust.
Or you just want real information with all of the unicorn poop.
And even if you're a complete virgin to this and never had your metaphysical cherry popped.
Metaphysical cherry popping daddy.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And even if you think you know it all and can never possibly learn anything new.
In that case, you are absolutely in the wrong place. This is not for you.
So
okay, that's it.
Zen Ed, then you're like not too much.
This is not for you. It just doesn't work. You're too full.
I'm moving on.
All right, so Zen Academy is our inner circle where we jack you into the ZRG mainframe so that you can stop fighting your inner supervillain, become your own superhero, and do what you're meant to do in the world.
Absolutely, guys. So what do you need to do to get into the Academy? Click the link in the description to go to the checkout cart, put in your details, and in seconds, start the first lesson of our advanced mediumship training course for professionals. This will get you on your way to learning your craft with ease and fun. All the
information down below.
It's down below. So
because you stayed to the end, you get the prize. Click the I love you so much I stayed link in the description with the hashtag I love ZRG.
If you liked this video, hit the like button.
If you have any questions,
let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you, and this gives us new ideas for new videos.
Absolutely. We love new videos. And for more badass life
Be
tips,
sure to subscribe.
And click the bell to turn notifications on.
So you are the first to know
when we drop a new video.
Or go live.
And we know that time is a valuable and precious resource. And the fact that we are choosing to spend that, and you are choosing, most importantly, to spend that not only with us, but most importantly for yourselves, leveling up your skills, taking your professional and personal lives to a completely different level. We absolutely honor and appreciate that. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you in the next video.
See you in the next video.